I still remember 2008 was the year. I was at Valencia in Spain and I saw Carlos Checa riding this machine for the very first time, the CBR1000 RR. It's been a while since they've made major updates. The CBR is essentially the same as that bike in 2015, but it's built that way and it's still a good, solid bike. There's a lot of competition out there now. The ZX10, the new YZF-R Yamaha. We've seen the Suzuki last time out. But the CBR has still got all the credentials to cut it on the road and on the racetrack, and that's why Honda has left it the way it is. Basically, it's an inline 4,000cc machine like all the others. It doesn't have the electronics that some of the other bikes have, but that's a good thing if you're an old school rider. I like the fact that you can just get on it and you have to use the sensors to make it work well. It's got Kiko brakes on the front, not Brembo's, but they do work well. The main thing about this bike now is that it's quite cheap. Although the dash on the Honda doesn't have some of the fancy gizmos that some of the latest model supersport bikes have, it does have, you know, all the stuff you need. It's got the digital readout speedo. Of course, your tacho is the major focus on that dash, and the gear selector. And to be honest, they're the main things you really need when you're out there either on the track or on the road. It's also got the big piston fork shower suspension. The advantage I like about this is they're very good quality. And they're also really easy to adjust. You can see on the top of the fork caps there, you've got your compression and rebound dampening adjustable from a screwdriver. You don't even have to get off the bike. The frame and swing arm on the CBR has been virtually unchanged since '08. But I'll tell you what, that is for good reason, because it works really, really well. It's nimble, it's light, and it makes this CBR one of the sweetest handling machines on the market today still. Visually, one of the biggest differences between the '07 model and this newer model, of course, is the fact that they've moved the exhaust pipe from up under the seat down closer to the centre of the bike. And the reason they've done that, of course, is to make the bike a lot more mass centralised to make it handle it even better than it already did. The heart of the CBR, of course, is the four-cylinder inline configuration that this bike has had all through its model career. It's been around for a while now. It doesn't have the absolute top-end power of some of the other machines, but it still can win races in the hands of some of our top racers. Tell you what, I can't wait to give this beast a bit of a run. Let's see how it goes. Well, I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of time to warm up. You're straight into it here at Symmons Plains, and I'm just having a nice little ride out on this CBR1000 RR, and you get straight into it, down that first back straight, up to about 230 k's an hour, and then there's a big surprise at the end for the hairpin, hard on the brakes on the Honda. I'll tell you what, it's acting quite nicely into this hairpin off the end of the back straight there, turn 4. A lot of overtaking will be done there later on in today's races. Once again, flat out up through the gears, nice little wheelie there, plenty of power from this CBR, then through one of the fastest corners in motorsport. 250, 255 kilometres an hour I'm doing at the moment. Not as fast as the big boys we'll see later on, but I'll tell you what, not bad for a standard street-going machine. Just a couple of corners to go now, and this has really opened my eyes, this CBR. Really enjoyed my time on this machine, and I'm looking forward to getting back into the pits and give you my opinion on what I think about it. Well, there we have it. I really enjoyed my time on the CBR. I understand why Honda haven't changed it too much, because it's still a really, really good bike. Still very popular out there as well. You see a lot of them around, and fantastic. Does everything really well. Thank you, Honda. I like the CBR1000.